Alright, what's going on, people? Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be showing some clips from Call of Duty World War II and a little bit from Black Ops 3. Alright, today I want to talk about this whole loot box situation. It seems to be all the rage, the main topic a lot of people are talking about with gaming nowadays. And I want to put my 2 cents in it. Now, what is the deal with these loot boxes? Apparently now, a lot of people are talking about these because of the fact, like, it's already started from this EA thing. Like, loot boxes have been around for quite some time now. Back to the oldest of mobile games, there was always some type of microtransaction in it to either progress your character or to progress the game in general, and you would have to actually pay money to get them. Now, what the big issue now is just the loot boxes in general that have been introduced into the current EA title, Star Wars Battlefront 2. And what brings the question into it this time is they feel that this is targeting children and in general targeting a lot of people's addictive behavior to gambling, because people have compared it to gambling, because the loot boxes in Star Wars Battlefront are set up in a way to where you want to pay money to get these loot boxes to succeed. Now, I've actually got the game recently myself when I purchased the PS4 Pro. It's like, why not? It has the game with it. And in the game, you have loot boxes that you open up right from the get-go. You open up, you start the game, it gives you loot boxes, and they can give your soldier like increased items that can give you increased damage, or grenades, they honestly small buffs. But you know, the biggest issue with it was when people found out that in order to unlock different heroes, like different characters that you can play, you know, the Darth Vader and all of them, and I don't remember the statistics. I said I have not actually played the game too much, but in order to get them, you had to put a crazy amount of time into it. Let's just put it that way. Like, too much time to where a general working person is not gonna unlock none of these people. So what would be the option for people to do? Pay money for loot boxes and microtransactions in order to get these characters. So that pretty much was a quick outrage for it, and it's understandable. It said nobody has time like that, and nobody wants to pay. That's the big thing. Nobody wants to pay a $60 for a $60 game and have to put even more money in it, or a crazy amount of time to really do much. Unless it's, you know, MMOs, and some people enjoy doing that. But that's a whole nother story. Now, it's to the point where they're thinking about just getting rid of loot boxes in general. Like, and some people, they're trying to make laws against it. Me personally, I don't really think they should have to get rid of the things, because I don't honestly have too much of an issue with it. It really just depends on how they do it. Some of the things that they're talking about, some of the things I agree with. One, they could put a rating on all games in the ESRB section. You know, the T for teens and all that talks about what's in it, drugs, violence, and all that. They could just include that in there. That would tell people a little bit more of what they're gonna have when they purchase the game. But then that also leads to the next issue. A lot of this can be avoided too, because they say it's monopolizing children. How is it monopolizing children? The only way it is monopolizing children, but it's only an issue if the children has access to funds, which they're usually going to get from their parents. So in general, basically, parents, you need to watch what your kids are actually playing, and not just let them hop online with a bunch of grown folks and strangers playing whatever they want online and not even knowing what they're spending money on. And why do they got your access to your card anyways? And I know some kids actually got money, but I know all these kids ain't got money like that. They getting your card and just buying stuff online, and then people want to outrage about it later. And I'm sorry to the people that actually do pay attention, and they honestly just don't know what's going on, and that's understandable. But people really need to stop blaming companies and actually pay attention to what their kids are playing. Now, another thing that they could do is also, in my opinion, a lot of this outrage is due to the fact that this game, it is a $60 game. It has a single player to it. It has a cooperative mode to it, and also has a multiplayer to it. That's some decent content there. Now it's a $60 game. That's what we paid for. We paid to play the multiplayer. We paid for this content. We did not pay to have a lot of the stuff locked behind another paywall. That's how the game is going. You're not going to get too far unless you pay. Now, at this time, now it's probably changed by now, 'cause I have not played the game, but they did take those loot boxes off. But everybody knows it's gonna be temporary. Matter of fact, I know they're gonna come back. I think they're already back. I don't remember. And that's a whole nother thing. On my opinion about the whole thing in general, like, I'm fine with the loot boxes. It really is just going to depend on what the content the game is bringing. As I said, Star Wars Battlefront has a few other things to bring to the table, but it depends on how they're going to do their microtransactions. As I said, a lot of that outrages would have not started if the game had cost so much in the first place. I think if the game maybe had been like a $30 price tag, $40 price tag, or something like that, people wouldn't have had so much of an issue for it, because they get what they pay for. They get in the content, and they're gonna realize that they have to pay a little more money on the outside. But I don't encourage that. I don't want to give any ideas out. But I think people will be a lot more satisfied. I wouldn't go so far to say free to play. That's a whole nother thing. But I'm pretty sure a lot of people will be a lot more satisfied if that game was cheaper, because apparently about 60% of gamers in general are actually okay with the loot boxes in the first place. So that says a lot. So who is really the one that's making a huge complaints in the first place about the loot boxes? Because it's not the entire gaming public, although a lot of people do complain about it. So back to the topic about what I feel like can actually make the loot boxes okay. We got games like, I can name off a few, but I'm gonna name off the highly obvious one. I'm gonna bring up Overwatch. Now, Overwatch has loot boxes in it. It is a $60 game, but they did it right. You know why? Because their loot boxes are purely cosmetic, and that's another thing. If you're gonna bring loot boxes into your game and it's gonna be manipulative on making gamers have to purchase it to succeed more in the game, then you need to make sure that the price tag is worth it. The Overwatch loot boxes has no advantage to the game whatsoever, and they actually look nice. To this day have not spent a dime. I have the game on PlayStation 4. I've not spent any money on loot boxes, and if I do, that'd be purely because I just want to have a better chance to get some cosmetics. Now, if I was, I ain't gonna blame the company, because people also need to take responsibility for themselves. It is an addiction, but it is still the person's decision to make the purchase in the first place. So people need to hold themselves accountable. What else? Core value of the game is how much content is the game bringing it to. You have games like The Witcher 3 that has no microtransactions whatsoever, and when they actually do bring anything, there was a season pass and DLC. The DLCs was free, and the game was magnificent for what it was. So when they finally did bring a season pass to it, it actually was worth it to get it. It has no loot boxes, but I'm just bringing an example of a game that brought any type of microtransaction to it whatsoever. In this case, is a DLC, and did it right. But I'm ranting on too much. Now, this is my first time at trying to do any type of vlog. This is new to me, so let me know how this worked out. If you like the content, please leave me a like. Let me know in the comment section if there's anything I need to improve on, or in general, if you want to see any other type of content. It really helped me out. Anyways, that's all for now. Thanks for watching. I'll let the rest of this clip play out, and I'll get to you guys later. Thanks for watching.
Humans in sight. Stay on target.
Prey down.
Reps deploy ship on standby.
Setting up to drop. Rollers inbound. We're hit.
Talon out.
Wraps out. Can't hold it. Default's ready.
Hostiles have destroyed your Reps deploy ship. HCXD available.
Exactly as briefed. Good work.
Ain't no place they could hide from me. I got an army at my house.